Welcome to another deep dive today. We're going to be looking at some fascinating stuff.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
We're diving into the lyrics of Animal Farm,
Okay.
and we're going to try to unpack what this song has to say about society and how power shifts around and stuff.
Interesting.
How good ideas can get twisted.
Yeah, for sure.
So think about a time, when somebody promised change, but then things just went right back to the same old, same old.
Uh-huh. I've definitely seen that happen.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that we're going for here, just based on these lyrics.
All right, well, let's get into it.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the opening lines there?
Well, they promise change, then claim the throne. I mean, that really kind of sets the stage.
Right away.
Like, bam, this is the cycle we're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like they promised change, but then they just took over the existing power structure.
Exactly. It's not really a revolution. It's more like a reskinning.
Right, and then there's that image of the pigs in the suits.
Oh, yeah. Pigs wore suits, not skin.
Yeah, instead of their pigs in it. So it's like it makes you think,
Yeah.
right? It's not a fundamental change.
It's just a new look, a new presentation.
Yeah, just like a new facade.
Uh-huh.
Like, are we really getting something different? Or is it just the same stuff repackaged?
Right. And that idea of superficial change masking the same power dynamic.
Yeah, and then it goes on to talk about
Yeah.
building and tearing down and painting freedom, but dressing as a crown.
Built it high, tore it down, painted freedom, dressed as crown.
Right. So much action, so many symbols,
Yeah.
but still a hierarchy in the end.
Always a crown.
Yeah, there's always a crown, and then it gets into how this control is actually maintained.
Right, the nitty gritty.
Yeah, march hit lines, chanting lies, feeding hope till reason dies. Like, wow.
That's powerful stuff.
It's heavy.
Propaganda suppressing critical thought.
Yeah, how easy it is for people to just get caught up in a narrative.
And they don't even question it.
Yeah. And then there's that line about the deals being made behind the barn.
Deals were made behind the barn.
Yeah. Classic betrayal of trust.
Secret agendas going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. It's like all this talk about unity, but then people are just looking out for themselves.
It really undermines the whole idea of shared purpose.
Exactly. And then we get to the chorus, which is like the central message of the song. All animals are equal, they say, until the louder ones steal the day.
That's the core of it, isn't it?
It's so simple, but so true.
Even when you try to create an equal system, some voices will always be louder, some interests will always dominate.
Yeah, and the song doesn't shy away from showing how power can be subtle, too.
Right, it's not always like a shouting match.
Yeah, power whispers sweet and low, while fences rise and truth walks slow.
It's like things happen gradually, almost imperceptibly.
Yeah, you start seeing divisions pop up, but it's like nobody really notices until it's too late.
And the truth gets buried under layers of, spin and misdirection.
Yeah, and it's interesting how the second verse brings this into a more modern context.
Oh, yeah, the scroll and screen.
Yeah, scroll and screen, our modern pen, rewrite the past again, again. It's like we're still doing the same things, just with new tools.
We're still manipulating narratives just in a digital age.
Yeah, and then there's that line about voting but not asking why.
Oh, yeah, vote your voice. Just don't ask why.
Kind of chilling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like we're participating without really understanding or having any influence.
Yeah, just going through the motions.
It's like performative democracy.
It really is. And then even when things seem to change on the surface.
Yeah, like you get a new leader or a new system.
Yeah, the boots may change, the fear remains, dressed in flags and grand campaigns.
It's like the methods of control stay the same.
Yeah, fear propaganda, all that stuff.
It's just repackaged with different symbols.
Yeah, and then that pre-chorus is just really gets to you.
It's pretty bleak.
Yeah, when we kneel, it's sold as grace. They call it order, not a cage.
Oppression disguised as something positive.
Right. They're telling you it's for your own good.
But it's still a cage.
Yeah, but then there's that glimmer of hope,
Oh, yeah, that line about the truth.
The truth beneath their polished heels.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people haven't completely forgotten what's real.
There's still that underlying awareness.
Yeah, and then the bridge brings in this feeling of it's all happened before.
A sense of history repeating itself.
Yeah. Napoleon grins behind new masks. It's like no matter who's in charge, the same patterns keep emerging.
Same power dynamics, same thirst for control.
Yeah. And that whole image of the windmill.
Oh, yeah, being built and then falling apart.
Yeah. And then the blame gets shifted internally.
That's the classic tactic.
Create division.
Make people fight amongst themselves so they don't focus on the real issues.
Yeah. And then that final chorus just hammers it home,
Really drives the point home.
All animals are equal, it's true.
Mm.
until the system rewrites you.
It's not just about individuals, it's about the structures themselves.
Yeah, the systems that perpetuate inequality.
The rules of the game are rigged.
Yeah, and then that line from barn to bank, from tweet to harm. Like, wow.
It's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, from the smallest groups to the biggest institutions.
All levels of society.
Yeah, and then it ends with that question that we should all be asking ourselves. But who's it for, and who decides when the shepherd and the wolf collide?
Who benefits from the way things are?
Right. Who's really in control?
And who are we really serving?
Yeah, so this deep dive into Animal Farm,
Really insightful.
it shows us how easy it is for, like, good intentions to get twisted,
And how power can corrupt.
Yeah, and it reminds us to be critical of the systems that we live in.
Always question the narratives we're being told.
Exactly. So think about your own life.
Yeah, your own experience.
What are the farms that you're a part of?
It could be anything, your workplace, your community, even your family.
Yeah. How do you see these dynamics of power and equality playing out in those contexts?
Where are the broken promises? Where is the truth being hidden?
Yeah. What paint still dries on broken walls?
That's a great question to ponder.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. And we're out.
Good stuff.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. Bye.